Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we have a bit of a split mail opening video. Some action figures, some trading cards, and despite the size of this pile, it's not actually all that much stuff. You know, I think this is probably fair enough, but this bottom box is definitely a bit oversized for purpose. But yeah, we're gonna split this video in half. We're gonna open these action figures, and then we're gonna go to the little table and do the card opening as well. And it's also split in another way, that some of these are purchases to keep and some of them are purchases to resell. We hopefully should have some really good money out of these items. And it's funny because you know, these have been waiting a couple of days still. I've been putting off doing this mail opening for a few days. Even though I know there's things in here that I want to get excited about and do a video on. Even though I know that there is money in here. And even though I know that that is my primary source of income now, I still apparently can't just force myself to do a mail opening, which in fairness I would rather enjoy. But it just goes to show how deeply rooted the kind of almost emotional requirement for actually doing a video is. We're going to put these two aside. I mean, we absolutely have to open this one now because Vinted only give you so long to confirm that the item has arrived and there's nothing wrong with it, so we need to get that open. But we're going to do those two in a separate part, which I'll also post as a separate video. So if you see another Yu-Gi-Oh mail opening that looks quite similar, that's literally the exact same thing. But there's some great value cards in there as well, and there's some great value figures here as well. And even though a couple of these items are, you know, intended for me to keep, everything I've purchased here had a business related meaning behind it. Like, for example, this is another figure for my Black Lantern action figure collection, but I wanted this figure before I unbox all the others, and I've been sitting on the McFarlane Toys Black Lantern figures for a year and a half, with the Kyle Rayner and the Build-A-Figure Atrocitus spoken for, with, you know, my friends, you know, having waited a year and a half for me to do the unboxing, and also, you know, we can get the money for those figures as well. Wouldn't be bad for the business. But you know, it made me think that, as daft as it is, as much as you would think that in a year and a half at some point, is there even a groove in that part of the box? Or, you know, is that a parting, or does it just look like one? Ah, man, it must be, because there's no other way into this box. This is the top of the box, so it must be. And you'd think at some point, you know, I would have just coughed up and unboxed those figures in the last year and a half, but somewhere between never got around to it and wanted to have this figure to kick off the Blackest Night unboxings. Like, seriously, that actually isn't. It actually isn't a groove. That's a full piece of card. How'd you get into this box? This is just an endless box. Because that's the bottom, yeah? There's no parting in the top. Very, very bizarre. How do you... It's not like the sides come out or anything. It's... Wow, I'm completely mind blown. I got this from Cash Converters in Crewe. So, hats off to them for making completely impenetrable boxes. Anyway, as we, we're just gonna have to cut into this, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, between me, you know, wanting to do this figure to kick off the unboxing series, and the other figures, just kind of the whole thing just slipping through the net, as a lot of stuff does on this channel. So I had a look for this guy and found one on eBay finally. Because, you know, it's funny how often I get these things where I just look one time for something on eBay that I can't find, and there it is. That's what the inside of the impenetrable box looks like after having been cut open. I'm not sure what these tabs are for. Like, it's not like, what are they tucking into? I don't know. We've got some shards of polystyrene in there. That's good void filler, right? I'll probably reuse that. And inside we have the Blackest Night Series 4 Black Lantern Black Hand action figure. I actually didn't even know that this existed for a long while. I picked up the Green Lantern Series Black Hand figure, which is a regular Black Hand, before the Blackest Night. I picked that up around 2 years ago, and then I completely intended to unbox that first, as the first part of the Blackest Night, but as time went on, I came to realize I just wanted the Black Lantern one, which again I didn't even know existed at first. And yeah, this one fateful night, I was thinking about it, looked it up. They had this listed for 35. I offered 30, they took it. And here we go. Boxed, carded, packaged, blistered, green Blackest Night series, Black Hand action figure. You can see we've got the Batman skull accessory there as well. Very, very macabre. He's not as terrifying as a lot of the Blackest Night figures, but he didn't exactly have a lot of deterioration on his face or anything like that. But I decided, you know, we needed the Black Lantern Black Hand. We needed to do this thing properly. And now we've listed the Green Lantern one on eBay for around 30 quid. But I think we only paid 20 for that in the first place. So technically we can get a bit of profit on that and then get the, you know, this is, you know, something I would have bought separate anyway. On the same figures in the wave, we've got the Wonder Woman, the original Deathstorm, which is, you know, this is one that I really wanted before the McFarlane one came out. Hal Jordan, of course, as well, and Black Hand. I actually do need this Wonder Woman. That will probably be the next thing I'm after. There's still a fair few of these left for me to get, but yeah, really, really nice to finally get this. The next thing we have here is a really cool, if really small, mint on card figure bundle, for lack of a better word. Now, I don't think that this is that much bigger than the other parcel, but this is a which I was surprised that one was a small parcel. This one is a medium parcel. Like, it doesn't look that big. But yeah, this was really cool. Some guy was clearly having a clear out of his collection on eBay, and I showed him, whether it's my fault or not, I showed him the reason why you might not want to do that if you're interested in getting the value out of your collection. Because in my defense, no one else bid. You know, I just stuck the minimum bid on, but I got a really good deal on these, and I will be probably chucking them straight back up on eBay to sell the pair of them, because I basically got a 2-for-1 deal on these. We got the 2 figures for £30, which was the minimum bid. And then this guy spent £7 whatever on shipping. I don't feel good about doing stuff like this. It's not exactly underhand. I bidded, no one else did. And, you know, it happened to, you know, worked out for me. But, you know, I don't feel great about it. But, I mean, you got to make your way in your life. And it's not as if anyone in the local area was planning on giving me a job anytime soon. So, these are 2 Classic Superstars figures, as you might be able to tell from the packaging. Now, they're not as good as I might have thought. And I'll point out as well, this guy had other stuff listed which I didn't win. Other people did bid on those. These aren't as valuable as I might have expected, but they're still good enough really to kind of double my money on. And worst case scenario, if they are so surprisingly low demand for a pair of figures that legendarily have high demand, then I can just trade them in with my local store, probably for the same amount I paid, and they might do a bit better in a bricks and mortar store. Anyway, so what they are is the Road Warriors from Collector Series number 9. Road Warriors Classic Superstars figure, mint on card. The card is a little bit, there's a bit of a crease up the back there. It's a little bit warped. We've got a crazy good series there. Animal, Hawk, Kamala, Akeem, Paul Bearer, The Godfather. I've got this without any accessories. 2 of those listed. Papa Shango. Wish I had one of them now so I could have the bone chain for my elite. Ric Flair, Bam Bam Bigelow. Just a brilliant series. I mean, Classic Superstars was a great line. There's no really debating that. You can tell that there haven't been opened because, you know, that there hasn't been, like, the box isn't completely destroyed. Still has the tickets in the back, you know. But yeah, these for LOD figures, these are surprisingly not that expensive, but I paid £30 and you could get about £30 each for them on eBay, so we'll be hoping to do that. Collect them all. WrestleMania 22 tickets promotion. We've got the bio on the back, which, you know, I think it was a great touch for the Classic Superstars, because when you were a kid, there's all these wrestling companies and stuff that you didn't know what they were, and it just sounded cool that there was all this kind of lore behind them. But yeah, we got the Road Warrior Animal. So surprise, surprise, the other figure in the bundle is Road Warrior Hawk. Now, as I say, it's surprising. The Classic Superstars LOD are worth a lot. Elite LOD are worth a lot. The basic LODs are worth quite a bit for basics. But these particular classic superstars just don't cut the mustard with people, apparently. And I can't say that they are the most exciting LOD figures in the world, but they are LOD figures. You know, at the end of the day, if you're willing to spend the money on, you know, paying up for LOD figures, why not these ones if they're cheaper than all the others? If you really just want LOD that bad. So I was kind of surprised at how much they were actually worth. But, you know, it's still a decent whack of money. We've definitely got, you know, profit to be made there. I can eventually get through the bubble wrap. So there we go. Road Warrior Hawk, Collector Series number 9. It's not my favourite Hawk of all time. It's actually got a metal hook on the dog collar there. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, they definitely just aren't the best Road Warriors of all time. Actually, Hawk doesn't even have shoulder pads. I didn't even realise until just now. That could be part of why they were a bit less popular. It's actually possibly, there's a little bit of a crease there. It's not like an actual crease. That's possibly where that one's come from, because it's more or less the same place. Apparently Hawk debuted a year after Animal. That's cool. Yeah, just really nice. I mean, it's just really cool to get something different in as well. You know, never had boxed classic superstars in before, so that's really, really cool. And hopefully, you know, it'll jazz the shop up on eBay. It'll make the eBay store look good. Even if they aren't the greatest Legion of Doom figures of all time, they are still Legion of Doom figures. We're not only looking positive about making some money on these, but it's also really cool and just something different to have in the eBay store. If you enjoyed this video, please do check out the mail openings playlist in the end screen. I really do appreciate you guys joining me, so thank you all for watching, and goodbye. You know what, actually I'm just going to do this now. I filmed the start of the video with my long legendarily broken floodlight, which I especially don't want to replace still, now that the business is off to such a slow start. But I'm going to do it now anyway while I'm waiting for that to sort of recharge and everything, so I can do the rest of the video, and just tack this on at the end. And I've actually just filmed this once already, and then the lighting was so bad without anything on, I've just put the ring light on anyway. But yeah, anyway, so I wanted to feel out the room of the people who will still be watching the video at this point, the people who are like my most loyal subscribers, on the possibility of something. And basically it's just the fact that now that I am self-employed, it makes sense to kind of look into other possible revenue streams. And as much as I don't feel like the channel is in any way kind of big enough to justify offering this, I mean, we're still not even monetized yet, but I wanted to look at doing a Patreon. And I mentioned this before on the What If DSW Network was successful video that I did one day last year. And basically I would be looking at putting the minimum tier to $1 so people can just get in the door, and the minimum tier would basically be an extra NW opening. I was basically thinking of doing the Blackest Night NW openings on there, you know, with this being the first one. So, you know, for $1 a month you'd get an NW opening a month, probably some other bonuses as well, hopefully, which would probably just work out as and when. Not really sure what I'd be doing for higher tiers at this point, and I wouldn't really be planning on any of the content being exclusive, so anything, you know, like this would eventually get put onto the channel. I was thinking that, you know, it's not really a Blackest Night time of the year, it's not really a spooky time of the year, so if these went onto Patreon like relatively soon and then on the main channel in like October, November sort of time, I think that would line up pretty well. But basically, yeah, I just wanted to feel the room on if it would be in any way of interest to anyone. You know, if you would be interested, that's great. If you would be interested but in a different type of content, then that's fine too. If you would be interested, if you think it's a good idea but you're not interested yourself, so on and so forth. I just figured, you know, this is kind of tangential to the actual channel. So if, you know, people just wanting to watch more of my content, then fair enough, you know, there's that extra thing. It's not really, you know, it's not a wrestling thing or anything like that. So it doesn't really, you know, it's not essential to the channel. And obviously, like I say, it would be offered later anyway. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on that. And yeah, you know, feel free to let me know if you don't fancy it, especially if you are one of, you know, my most loyal subscribers. Because I know that, you know, I know that I've got an actual answer from you. And that, you know, it's not, you know, if no one's interested, then I know it's something not to bother with. All right, thanks again, and I guess we'll go into the outtakes now. And I will go back to filming the rest of the video. Hey guys, welcome to the video today. Big door slamming noise as soon as you start. Typical. Even though I know that there's money in here Even though I know that there's things I want to keep in here to be excited about and do a cool mail opening about. And even though monetary reason as to why I picked it up. Anyway, we got some... Ah, the floodlight finally died. Almost 6 minutes. Let's just finish this bit. Now, I'm going to let the floodlight recharge a little bit first. But this has ended up being a 20-minute video, so I don't really know why I'm bothering to put the two together. I know I've got a fair bit to edit out, but you know, this could have... I didn't think 3 figures was going to be one mail opening, but yeah.